Excellencies and partners, let me thank and congratulate our co-hosts Sweden and Kenya and state that the Philippines aligns itself with G77 and China. 50 years ago, Stockholm was the center of global debate on the environment. Back then, decisions were made, commitments were stressed, actions were pressed to protect the world's environment. Now we are back in Stockholm. It is the best time to ask, have we succeeded? Where have our commitments taken us? Is our world better after we resolved to make it better? The answers are staring at us in the face. The triple threats of biodiversity loss, pollution, and climate change confront us all. Existential threats that leave the Philippines and the developing world very vulnerable and at greater risk. But things have been done. The Philippines' experience has not been easy, but it has been transformative. Our resolve has been tested, but we press on and achieve significant strides to enhance capacities and resiliencies through policies, programs and projects, and promotions. We enacted key environment laws, including our landmark Climate Change Act, that institutionalizes mechanisms anchoring climate action as a key element of national development. We benchmarked the greening of our governance systems. The Oposa ruling is a first of its kind in the world, taking intergenerational responsibility as a moral and legal obligation of my government to uphold our people's right to a balanced and healthful ecology. These milestones are concretized through participatory practice. Harnessing a whole-of-society involvement strengthens the framework for cooperation and capacity building up to the smallest unit of governance. We empower our localities by devolving resources for fit-for-purpose interventions to climate risks and to enhance transparency and accountability. But while these outcomes are promising, the challenges, including the pandemic and armed conflict, remain complex and complicated. To give our people the environment we deserve, our government remains aware that to survive and thrive, we need to do more. For those who are least responsible for climate change, those with the least resources, and those who are most vulnerable and at risk. Conversely, for those most responsible for climate change, with the most resources, you need to do more. This is climate justice. Let me say this clearly. This should not be a choice but an obligation. Justice requires us to do more. Our collective moral fiber should be outraged if we cannot deliver climate justice. Our call today, unlock climate finance for the developing world. Unlock it now before it's too late. We don't ask for handouts. We call for urgent, responsible partnerships that deliver results. In this regard, climate finance flow should be demand-driven and responsive to developing and vulnerable countries' needs. It must take a blended approach of grants, investments, and subsidies to ensure local communities can undertake climate action measures, encourage private sector investment in green projects, and support initiatives leading to transition to climate-resilient economies. Climate finance should be transparent and accessible to implement tangible projects and programs on the ground, delivering solutions to the most vulnerable sectors and highly at-risk areas of our societies. Let us go beyond build back better. Resources are limited. Let us choose instead to build right at first sight, avert disasters, work smart, build assets, anchor policies and programs on universally accessible climate science and technology. Friends, human resolve is needed to move the climate needle in our favor. But are we ready to take the action required of us? It is time for urgent collective action. There's no room for inertia. Let us not fail our planet. Let us not fail our youth and future generations. Let us leave this meeting animated with a greater sense of purpose, and let us redefine our future with results.